Did you know that reading will decrease your stress levels? Reading for just 6 minutes a day will decrease your stress levels by like 68%. It's insane. I love reading. I love it so much, and I've been reading for many, many years. Everything that I teach and everything that I embody, everything that is inside of my programs is an accumulation of all of the knowledge that I have taken from both traditional trainings and also books, and just the wisdom that is inside of them. There are a couple of books that I really recommend that people read, especially if they are living life with alopecia and living life with hair loss. No matter what phase you're in, I think they're really, really good to read. And I'm just gonna, like, I could probably list 100, but I've written down 5 that I want to suggest to begin with. The first one is actually called The 4 Agreements. And it's really, really good because it helps us understand life and people and sometimes the beliefs that we have in a whole new light. A whole new light. I think it's really interesting as well because specifically related to alopecia, it's going to help you manage comments that are made or reactions, or help you understand kind of society and how we find ourselves in this society where things are a certain way and having hair is considered one thing and not having hair is considered another. It also helps you calm, I think, the inner critic and understand the phases of your different life and what you can control and also what you can't, and how to let go of that. Highly, highly recommend. Number 2 is Nonviolent Communication, and it is amazing. I wish that we had this book in school. I wish that we were all taught to communicate like this. Like, oh my God, I wish that so much. It's so good. It's really good because it helps you communicate in a way that is productive, that kind of allows you and the person that you're communicating with to be really, really clear in what you need and what you're feeling. And then from that place of clarity, you're actually able to create solutions that work for everyone, right? It's really, really good for relationships. And it's really good for expressing your needs when you're like, oh, I have a need to not talk about my hair. Helps you identify them and then express them. If there is noise right now, it's my neighbor who has decided I'm losing my words, to mow the lawn. But their lawn is like dirt, so who knows? I'm gonna pause and come right back. Number 3, okay, we're back. The third book that I really, 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 really recommend that you learn, that you read if you're living with hair loss, is actually by Brené Brown, and it's called Braving the Wilderness. I think it's really, really a fantastic book because it goes very, very deeply into belonging, specifically into the space that exists, the wilderness that exists when you go so far deep into yourself to belong to yourself that you feel yourself kind of separating from belonging to the rest of the world. And it is only through that wilderness of belonging to yourself that you realize that you do belong to the rest of the world. And I really like it because I feel that it articulates sometimes the emotions that we have when we feel so disconnected from society and other people, and how strong we have to be to root down deep into what is true for you and how you want to live your life and how you were really born, and feel everything that brings up. Stick to yourself and your values, your dreams, and all the things that get stirred up, because sometimes in an effort to truly belong, we have to kind of step away a little bit. I'm not explaining it the best, but I really recommend it. If you're not familiar with Brené Brown, she's been studying like the art of vulnerability for many, many, many years, and she's absolutely amazing. Vulnerability is a really big topic, I believe, when you are living with hair loss. You know, you have to be pretty vulnerable to go out there and like whip off your wig and everything, or not do that, or talk about it. It's an act of vulnerability to bring that part of your heart into the world, and we essentially have no choice. It just kind of happens, so you got to go for it. Yeah, definitely check that out. The other two are actually non-fictions. No, they are fictions. The other three were non-fictions. This is a fiction. Number 4 would be The Alchemist. So good. So amazing. I think that you can read it you can read it a couple of times in your lifetime, and you're going to get a whole different understanding of it. It was probably one of the first books that I read when I started getting into this whole journey when I was young, and I really want to go back and reread it. It's all about the journey and the process. So if you're feeling really in the journey and in the process, read The Alchemist. I'm going to pop a link below with this and a couple of other comments that I have on each book, and all of the things written down, so make sure that you check that out. Number 5 is quite simply called The Red Tent. The red tent is important to me because part of being a woman with hair loss is learning how to feel like a woman and feel connected to being feminine without having the hair, right? Without having the hair. And this book helps you understand the beauty of being a woman, and it is fictional, and so you can really just escape into it. And I really like that. You can also get it the audiobook, and I think I'm not sure if it's the author that reads it, but they have a really beautiful voice, so I really like that. It's lovely. Link below, check it out. Let me know your favorite books. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you liked this, so I know if I should do another one. Much love. Make sure you press subscribe and all that jazz.